The Lego people flew high above the clouds. The view from the windows was breathtaking, with endless white clouds stretching as far as the eye could see. The passengers marveled at the serene beauty of the sky. It was a smooth flight. The sun shined brightly, casting a warm glow over the airplane. The atmosphere inside the cabin was calm and peaceful, with everyone enjoying the journey. Everyone felt happy and relaxed. Children played with their toys and adults chatted or read books. Suddenly the plane shook. People looked around, worried. The once calm atmosphere turned tense. The captain's voice sounded on the intercom. His tone was calm but serious, trying to reassure the passengers. He said there was a problem with the engine. Passengers exchanged nervous glances. What did this mean? The uncertainty began to gnaw at them. Was everything going to be all right? The question lingered in everyone's mind, creating a palpable sense of unease. A sense of dread began to fill the air. The once cheerful conversations had turned into hushed whispers and worried murmurs. The plane shook again, this time more violently. The turbulence was unlike anything they had experienced before. Luggage tumbled from the overhead compartments. Some passengers screamed. The situation was becoming increasingly chaotic. This was no ordinary turbulence. The fear in the passengers' eyes was evident. They clung to their seats, hoping for the best but fearing the worst.
A little Lego girl clutched her teddy bear, eyes wide with fear. She had never felt this kind of fear before, a fear that gripped her heart and made her feel small and helpless. The teddy bear, usually a source of comfort, now seemed like a fragile shield against an unknown threat. Her parents tried to comfort her, but their faces were pale with worry. They whispered reassurances, but their voices trembled. The mother held her daughter close, while the father kept glancing around, as if searching for answers in the faces of other passengers.
A businessman in a suit gripped his briefcase, muttering to himself. He had important meetings to attend, deals to close, but now all of that seemed insignificant. His mind raced with thoughts of what could go wrong, each scenario more terrifying than the last. His calm facade crumbled, revealing the fear beneath. He had always prided himself on being composed under pressure, but this was different. This was a fear that gnawed at his very core, making him feel vulnerable and exposed.
An elderly Lego couple held hands tightly, their faces etched with concern. They had seen many things in their lifetime, but this was unlike anything they had ever experienced. Their hands, usually steady, now trembled with a fear they couldn't quite articulate. They had flown many times before, but this felt different, more dangerous. The familiar hum of the plane's engines now seemed ominous, and every slight turbulence felt like a harbinger of doom. They exchanged worried glances, each trying to reassure the other but failing. A group of Lego teenagers, initially trying to act brave, now looked at each other with growing panic. They had laughed and joked at the start of the flight, but now their bravado had vanished. They clung to their seats, eyes darting around, seeking comfort in each other's presence. The situation was becoming very real. The atmosphere was thick with tension, and the fear was palpable. Every passenger felt it, a shared dread that bound them together in a moment of collective anxiety. The unknown loomed large, and all they could do was wait.
The flight attendants sprang into action. Their faces were serious, but their voices remained calm. They instructed everyone to fasten their seatbelts. "Brace for impact," the head flight attendant announced. Her words echoed through the cabin, sharp and clear. The passengers listened intently. They showed everyone the proper brace position, heads down, hands clasped behind their necks. This would offer the best protection.
Fear hung heavy in the air, a suffocating blanket. The passengers followed instructions, preparing for the worst.
The Lego girl closed her eyes tight, burying her face in her teddy bear. She clung to it as if it were a lifeline, the only thing keeping her grounded in the chaos around her. The hum of the airplane engines was a constant reminder of the uncertainty they faced.
Her parents held her close, whispering reassurances they weren't sure they believed. They exchanged worried glances, each trying to mask their own fear for the sake of their daughter. The mother stroked her child's hair, while the father kept a protective arm around them both.
The businessman tightened his grip on the briefcase, his knuckles white. Inside, important documents and personal items seemed trivial now. He thought about the meeting he was supposed to attend, now overshadowed by the immediate danger. His mind raced with thoughts of what he might lose.
He thought about his family, a silent prayer escaping his lips. He pictured their faces, hoping he would see them again. The prayer was a small comfort, a way to feel connected to something greater than himself in this moment of fear.
The elderly couple held on to each other and their faith. They had been through so much together, and this was just another trial. Their hands, wrinkled with age, were a testament to the years of love and support they had shared. They whispered words of comfort, drawing strength from their bond.
They had faced challenges before, and they would face this one together. Each passenger found solace in the presence of others, a shared sense of determination and hope. They braced for impact, united in their resolve to survive.
The teenagers, stripped of their bravado, clung to the hope that they would survive. Their youthful faces, usually full of confidence, now showed vulnerability. They held hands, drawing strength from each other, their dreams and futures hanging in the balance.
They were too young to face this, yet here they were. The young passengers, with their wide eyes and anxious expressions, were thrust into a situation far beyond their years. They looked to the adults for guidance, hoping for a sign that everything would be all right. The plane lurched violently, heading towards the ground. The passengers held their breath, their fate hanging in the balance. But wait, was that a glimmer of hope? The plane seemed to stabilize slightly. Maybe, just maybe, there was a chance. The ground rushed closer, the impact imminent. But even in the face of danger, a spark of resilience remained. Lego people were strong. They would face this challenge head-on, and perhaps, just perhaps, they would emerge from the wreckage, battered but alive.